This is the top 5 most haunted places in the world. Number 5 is Aokigahara at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan. It's known as the Suicide Forest. There are over 200 documented cases of people taking their own lives there. The forest has become so notorious for this that if you go there with the intention of ending your life, the police will actually turn a blind eye to it. But even if you don't commit suicide, you may still die. There have been cases of hikers getting lost, and some have even died from exposure to the elements. So, if you do decide to visit the forest, make sure to bring a compass, because there's no cell service in the forest and all the trees look alike. And if you get lost, it could be the last place you ever see. If you want more proof that this place is haunted, just look at the history of the mountain. Mount Fuji has been associated with death since the 18th century, when it was first written about by Japanese poet Bashar Matsuo. He wrote about a spirit that lived at the top of the mountain that lured hikers off the path to their doom. To this day, the mountain is considered sacred by the Japanese people. There are even temples dedicated to the mountain god. So if you're going to hike up Mount Fuji, watch your step, because you never know what might be lurking around the corner. Number 4 is Poveglia Island, an island in Venice, Italy. It used to be a quarantine zone for plague victims during the Middle Ages. The Italian government took control of the island in 1778 and used it as a bitch is an Italian word for a place where people suffering from contagious diseases are isolated. The island was basically a holding area for people who had come into contact with plague victims, so they could be monitored for symptoms. If they developed symptoms, they were sent straight to the infamous pest house, where they would eventually die. But before they died, they were forced to dig the graves of those who came before them. Eventually, the island was converted into a mental hospital, and then abandoned in the 1960s. It's said that many of the patients are still there, along with the ghosts of the plague victims. If you want to visit the island, you'll need a permit, but good luck getting one, because they're very hard to come by. And even if you do get one, you probably won't survive. No. 3 is Danakil Depression in northwest Ethiopia. It's also known as the Gates to Hell. This place is truly terrifying. There are hot springs, sulfur vents, and strange rock formations everywhere. And it looks like something straight out of a horror movie. What makes this place extra creepy is its history. It's said that the gates to hell were opened here in 2012, releasing demons into the world. Some people even believe that the depression was caused by the devil himself stepping into the earth. There are strange pits everywhere that look like giant mouths waiting to swallow you whole. And the air is filled with the sound of screams and laughter. If you can't tell by now, this place is not safe. There have been many deaths at Danakil Depression, mostly due to people falling into the hot springs and being burned alive. Others have died from inhaling toxic gases or being crushed by rocks. If you're planning a trip, bring lots of holy water and maybe an exorcist. Number 2 is Waverly Hills Sanatorium, located in Louisville, Kentucky. This place needs no introduction. If you've ever seen the movie The Haunting, then you know all about it. This sanatorium was opened from 1910 to 1961 and treated thousands of tuberculosis patients. It's estimated that over 600 people died at the sanatorium, and some say their ghosts still linger the halls. The sanatorium is now a museum, but it's also open for ghost tours. If you're brave enough, you can spend the night in one of the rooms. Just be careful if you hear a knock on the door, because it might just be one of the former patients looking for a friend. No, one is said to be the most haunted place in the world, and it's Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. This town is home to the site of one of the most brutal battles of the Civil War. Over 50,000 soldiers died here, and their ghosts are said to roam the streets of Gettysburg. People have reported seeing apparitions of soldiers, hearing the sound of gunfire, and feeling a general sense of unease while visiting the town. There are several haunted locations in Gettysburg, including the Devil's Den, where a group of Confederate soldiers made their last stand against the Union Army. Visitors have reported hearing the moans of wounded soldiers and seeing the ghostly figures of those who died in battle. Another popular spot for ghost hunters is the Angle of Death, where a large number of Confederate soldiers were killed. Here, visitors have reported seeing a ghostly train that is said to carry the souls of those who died at the Battle of Gettysburg. You can even take a ghost tour of the town to see all the haunted sites for yourself, if you're brave enough. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.